What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled Can Money Buy You the Win? So I get home and I start watching Fastest Car on Netflix, season 2. Now, the premise of this is you got people who are racing the quarter mile, and you got one stock supercar versus 3 different cars of people, who just put their blood, sweat, and tears into their vehicle for whatever reason, right? So there's this kind of class dynamic. And ultimately, there were 6 rounds. So 4 cars each round. The winner goes to the finale round against the top 6 cars. The top 6 winners. Now, through all the 6 rounds, a supercar won once. Spoiler alert and all that other stuff. Right. Now, when the finale became to the end, ironically, the supercar won first. So the supercar won, even though 5 other supercars lost in their own heat. But here's the interesting part. First and foremost, the supercar really came in third. How can he win and come in third? I know. They got in the finale race, and 2 Mustangs got out. It was just going. It was on their own. One of them spun out. He didn't really spin out. He spun out. So he's here. McLaren's here. He gone. He was actually a professional driver before. This plays into the topic. So he's out ahead of everybody. And then the car just takes a whoo, and it flies over through the lanes. And it flies over through to the lane of the person who was in second place. And she couldn't keep, and that kind of slowed her up just a tad bit enough for the McLaren to pass her at the end. Now, why do I bring this up? Because this is part of the show. Can money buy you the win, in a sense? If you got the best that money can buy, can it beat another person's ingenuity? Can that class just beat your ingenuity? And ironically, it couldn't. But why was the McLaren in the final in the first place? Because that McLaren driver was actually a car guy. He liked cars just as much as everybody else. And that was the difference between most of the supercar drivers and most of the regular drivers. The most of the drivers were actually car people. They loved cars. They loved to race. The vast majority of the supercar people, I'll push the launch button, and I bought this car, and it's got to be faster than yours. Ha ha ha. They weren't car people. So money couldn't really buy them the win because they kept losing. Second, third, fourth. You know what I'm saying? And to be perfectly honest, this guy in the McLaren almost didn't make it because he beat out a station wagon by about this much. A station wagon almost beat a McLaren. Other cars aren't beat because I think 2 other people had McLarens. One had a Lamborghini, and I think one had a Ferrari, or maybe 2 Ferraris too. But all them cars wasn't gonna hack it. The final had a Mini Cooper, 3 Mustangs, a McLaren, and a Honda. That lets you know what's popping, right? Now, the reason I talk about this, can money buy you the win, is because of this. There was a great amount of respect because the people who had money, I got money, I'm successful, I'm a winner, blah, blah, blah. And to a degree they are. And to a degree, the people who didn't have money were in some ways just haters on sight. Oh, they're rich. Here they come throwing their money around. And it was already a built-in animosity. I'm rich, I'm better than you. This fool rich, he think he better than me, but I'm going to show him. The only people who really got along completely got along because I was fast forwarding through stuff, is the people who actually were car people, which was in a race with the McLaren that won. Because they respected the guy. The guy came from poverty. Most of the people actually came from poverty. But the guy had a passion for something. And this was the difference. The rich people had a passion for whatever business they were in to make money. The poor people had a passion for their cars. That happens, right? So the question is, can money buy you the win? In premise, no. No. Because you're going to have the skill to win. Now, I thought about it in an American context where, people feel like I got money, I can do everything. I'm ahead of everybody. And you are. That's evident. More money means you're ahead in the financial aspect of life. You don't have the pressures of other people. You don't have you're winning as far as financially. But that doesn't mean you're a better person. Kind of like Killmonger, T'Challa and Killmonger. I said a long time ago, T'Challa was a better king. Killmonger was a better man. How could that be possible? T'Challa was raised to be a king. Killmonger had to fight and claw through all the adversity of life to become a king. So he had a longer road to follow. One was born in it, one fought to get to it. That's a higher degree of difficulty. So, can money buy you the win? Yes. But what the rich people learned was having money doesn't make me better, because I'm meeting people who are just as intelligent as I am, but their opportunities didn't pan out like mine, or their lack of opportunities didn't put me in a position didn't put them in a position like my opportunities got me in a position, which happens. But this is very, very, very interesting, because some people feel like I'm better than you because this, that, and the third. And you realize, no, you're not. But even the poor people had to learn a lesson from the rich people. Like, if you put this amount of passion into something more lucrative, you'll be just as successful. Now, here's the interesting thing. And sometimes, here's the thing. Some people got rich because they dove into their passion. And some people's passion was to never be poor. So that works either way for rich people, and it could work either way for people who aren't rich. Because people could dive into their passion and wind up being successful as far as financially. And people could never want to be poor again and dive into that and still not be successful. So it's a catch-22. You just got to go down that road to see what you got to roll those dice and see what pops, right? Not a big deal, in my opinion. Not a big deal. But when I look into society, I thought, some people know how to win and some people know how to play. And there's a big difference. And what I mean by that is, anybody who's been a sports fan could probably understand this reference in this way. When you're younger, certain teams know how to win. They know how to win. They're always winning. They got a winning tradition, winning culture, this, that, and the third. But as they get, their players might not ever be the best players, because their players know how to win, but they don't know how to play. They actually aren't a master of their particular craft. They've mastered working as a unit. So when you're looking for talent on an individual level, a lot of them don't have it. And what winds up happening is the people who wind up having learned how to play are far more talented, because they deal with far more adversity, because they can come from a winning culture, but they come from a culture that's filled with adversity. So they're playing with obvious weaknesses on their team that actually in the long run makes them better. So then you get so they're always better players. They have a higher ceiling of improvement. And then what you're looking for when you get to the mountaintop is somebody who learned how to play, but also learned how to win. And that to me was the culminating thing where, you know, money can't buy you to win, but in that way you learn how to win, which is a great thing. But when you go against people who learn how to play, might not work out so well. But the guy with the guy with the money actually got fortunate in the end. But at the same time, that's luck. That's the luck of the draw. But he was also a car guy, so it is what it is with that too. So that's my thoughts on this. Hope you like it. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.